Your transmission is starting, and we are live.
Hi, and welcome to the TechNetShow. We have not been on YouTube for a while now, but we're coming home, guys.
It's been
Coming
so
home.
long. How have you guys been? Missed
I
you.
hear crickets.
Uh, we were gone too long. I'm sorry.
Yeah. But anyway, we are, I don't know. We're probably gonna try to stay on here for a while longer now. We'll see how
Yeah.
YouTube treats us. Hopefully it treats us better.
Oh yeah. Hopefully all goes well. I like to believe. Should be good. At the
Yep.
very least, we don't have to worry about was it re-uploading stuff from Twitch into YouTube. So that saves us a trip.
Yes, that's actually pretty true. Yeah. Anyway, let's get on with our topics. So, you want to start us off, or should I?
Uh, why don't you take it away first? I'm curious where you want to start with all of this.
You know what? Let's start with something small. Let's start with watchOS. So, do we even talk about WWDC yet?
Oh, so we're talking about WWDC.
Yeah, we're talking about WWDC. It's an event held by one of the smaller companies in the United States called Apple.
Yeah, you might
It's
have heard of
the
it.
Worldwide Developer Conference. It hasn't been about developers for a long time now.
We got spoiled with the occasional like hardware releases from previous WWDCs, but now they're sticking to the roots a little bit more in this one.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping for a bit more, what's it called again? Hardware. I was really looking forward to the MacBook Pro. Honestly, I feel like the MacBook Pro would have made my day, made me happy. Um, but no, they didn't.
No, yeah, nothing quite yet. Who knows? Maybe in the fall.
Yeah. Anyway, so a weird feature, but I think that's really cool. So there are portrait photos for backgrounds in
Hey.
watchOS. I mean, it's something small, but it's really cool. So basically, they superimpose in the background the actual time. I don't know what kind of magic they're doing with that,
No, yeah.
and then put your face in front of it.
It's amazing. It's not just oh bam a picture and then bam the time. You can actually like properly adjust it so that it's a proper look to it.
Yeah, pretty neat. I'm genuinely surprised about that. You were saying sorry?
Oh no, uh, I was pretty much just gonna say the same thing. I'm pretty stoked about that. I actually want to try that out sometime later on, or I guess when that drops.
Yeah, unfortunately, you were the one with the Apple Watch. I don't have an Apple Watch.
Haha, I'm kidding. Yeah, so I get to experiment with that. Was it? I'm assuming sometime in the fall, unless I manage to somehow snag beta. But
So the other big thing that I feel about the Apple Watch, honestly, I feel like this is the bigger thing with the Apple Watch than anything else. So they're adding more functionality for keys. So it's things like, smart locks, doorbells, whatever. So they're adding more integration inside of the watch itself for these types of products, so that you can unlock them, you can view them, you can control them, and honestly, I feel that's like it's very useful because when let's say you're at your desk, your doorbell rings. You could reach for your phone, but I know this is being incredibly lazy. Now you could just look at your wrist.
all right, it's incredible. It saves me all of that second, but that second could be used for valuable things like creating extra seconds of clips for this channel.
But really though, we everyone knows how annoying it is to just pick up your phone. It's a weird thing. I mean, it's something that takes almost no effort at all. But at the same time, if you don't need to, you'd rather not do it.
Oh yeah, it's very true.
That's the, that's like the entire premise of a wireless charger, honestly.
Also true.
Like, why are we spending $80 on a wireless charger? Oh, to just not need to plug in a cable?
Oh yeah.
Even though cables are pretty much superior in almost every single way.
Oh yeah. But it saves you that minor inconvenience, and sometimes that's all that matters.
Yeah. So, honestly, I find like smart home control on top of your watch is very useful because your watch is usually going to be on you more often than your phone is. Like when you're getting home, let's say that you have like your hands full, you're more likely to be able to kind of nudge your watch easier than you are to grab your phone out of your pocket.
Oh yeah.
I know that those are some pretty like edge cases and doesn't happen all the time, but honestly, a lot of these features are that it's nice, you know.
It's a nice bonus, really. It's not really saving you anything like extra life saving with these with these kind of features, but yeah, it's what is it? It's just a nice small nice thing to have.
And you know, also car keys.
Oh yeah.
Car keys. Apparently no driver's license.
Oh yeah, you can add your whole is it purely driver's license or is it state IDs too and everything? I know for sure
I
driver's
think so.
license.
Yeah.
Yeah, apparently they're going to be
Select
adding
states.
that. Yeah, select states will be implementing that one, and apparently they're working with the TSA to make it a valid what was it, option to go with. So I'm curious to see how all that works out.
Oh, we have someone. Yes, Apple does try to copy Android pretty often, doesn't it?
No, yeah. It's a very big back and forth between them, I find. It's like, oh, that's a pretty good idea. I'll try and implement that one into it.
Yeah, honestly, so, since you're mentioning that, I actually want to mention that I'm concerned about certain aspects of how Apple's doing things because of how integrated things are, and just, you get what I'm saying. That's true, they do play safe pretty often. But then again, there's also things like they usually are the first ones to do weird stuff like putting licenses. I don't know why other people don't have the. I don't understand why they don't do this because it's a pretty obvious thing that probably could have been done a long time ago. Since NFC was a thing.
Oh yeah.
So I feel like they both take from each other pretty often, and yeah, it's something that I like seeing innovation on both sides.
They're both
What's
running
your
trying
take,
out something a little bit new, and then if the other side likes it, they're like, all right, we'll try and take it, give it our own spin on it, and it's ultimately everyone's trying to provide what the people want, and if they see that Android has this thing that everyone likes, so Apple's like, all right, we'll find a way to bring it into our thing, but it's give it their own flavor and whatnot, and vice versa. So
yeah,
I can't argue with that. Here in India, Apple products are twice expensive than in the U.S. Ooh.
Oh, you're from India? That's neat. So is that after like conversion ratios, or is it just straight up like 2 times more expensive. Jared, I lost you.
You lost me?
Oh, no, maybe I didn't lose you.
Oh,
Okay,
okay.
never mind. Sorry. I thought that you were trying to say something, but
Oh no, sorry. I was just waiting to see if our friend Parth has any um what was it the response to that?
oh,
Oh, okay, it's just a straight up different price.
oh,
That's
that's
that's not.
that's that's nuts.
Yeah, I feel like
And
that's not.
I thought that Apple was pretty expensive to begin with in the United States.
No, yeah.
That's
Always had that premium Apple tax to it, and apparently they've held a higher Apple tax in other places.
that's probably the reason why they're building factories in India, honestly.
Could be. So that way they can keep their. I'm guessing keeping their prices more competitive by keeping more in house in another location.
Yeah.
I can see that.
Anyway, you want to start on the next part of this?
All right. So we go. What's the easiest place to flow through from here?
Well,
We've gone through the Apple Watch. Well, we've gone through Faces. We've gone through the wallet. You want to discuss the changes in regards to FaceTime?
yeah, sure. FaceTime is a pretty interesting thing to go with next.
Oh, okay, so if I recall everything correctly, forgive me, this part I don't remember as well, so I'm not sure why I'm the one that brought it up. But if I recall correctly, they have made, what was it? I recall two particular advancements that they're making. One is that they're implementing a much better, like, portrait mode, I believe, for, like, when you're in, like, FaceTime calls and
Well,
whatnot.
it's not really a much better one. They're implementing
Oh, okay,
portrait
they're
mode.
actually adding a
So
portrait mode to.
there's a few. I'll just take over from there. There's a
Okay.
few things I find actually very interesting about this. First one was the fact that they have portrait mode now. Second of all, they're implementing a type of noise cancellation.
Oh,
From
yeah.
what it sounds like a worse version of NVIDIA's RTX voice.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's still impressive. I understand why you would want to have a type of noise cancellation for those moments when something's really loud in the background. You want the person to be able to hear you.
Mm.
I mean, I'd rather have my voice becoming distorted than them not being able to hear me at all.
Oh, yeah.
The other reason I really like this is that they now have a wide spectrum mode.
Yeah. What is it? You
So-
can include everything, all the sounds. Yeah.
Yep. So when it comes to wide spectrum mode, yep, it's everything that your mic can pick up. It gets sent out, other person receives it, and yeah, I feel like this is going to completely revolutionize the types of things that you can put on FaceTime.
Oh, yeah. Can really expand the experience from either like a more isolated or a more focused one-on-one conversation to like you want to share either the group noises or you want to share like, oh, this is what you're missing out right now in this particular spot, and it's exciting to see.
So the other thing that I noticed was that, well, you can share both your music and what you're watching. I don't know too much about the what you're watching one. I really doubt that it's like Netflix compatible, but
Yeah.
who knows?
Only thing I know is Apple TV, but I mean it's Apple TV.
So I don't know how much use that would actually get you, but
Oh no, wait. I think I could be remembering compatibility with something else, so I apologize if I'm wrong about this. But I believe they did show a couple of like major streaming sites that it is supported with. I don't recall if Netflix was on there. I think I did see HBO Max and Disney Plus, if anything, on there, or at least that's the one
Honestly, that doesn't surprise me. Netflix always plays hardball,
Oh yeah,
and quite frankly, they don't bend for anyone.
no yeah. But
You
yeah,
want me to do what?
nah, fam.
No.
Have a show instead. Okay.
Yeah, well, and you can also finally share your screen. Oh my gosh. Can't
Yeah.
believe it.
It's been a long time coming, but here we are.
Finally. I mean, Messenger had that for ages.
Yeah, everything had that for ages.
Oh, I mean, I don't really think on the iPhone.
Oh,
I don't know. I don't feel like that many things had share your screen on iPhone.
oh. But
Could be wrong.
Could be. I'm sorry. I'm not. I might have brought in the spectrum a little bit too much to just general screen sharing capability. So
Yeah.
that's might be. But
Well, let's move on to what I believe is the biggest part of this update. So, let me get up for a moment. Let me bring you to my world for a moment.
the world of Calvin Klein.
Let me not bring you to my world for a moment because I just realized that I don't actually have no
Oh, he's going into this one.
notifications just yet. Oh, I found one. Found. So, where's like something that I can show? Where's like a notification stack that I don't care about? Oh darn.
Good question. Do I have any notifications? No one needs to talk to me.
I have so many notifications, but I can't show any of them. I was. Oh, there you are. Discord. Look at this grouping of notifications
Oh
and
yes.
tell me it doesn't make you cry.
Look at that long list of Discord notifications. I don't know what's longer, that notifications bar or a CVS/long drugs receipt.
So, yes, it does group it all into one, but I have many groupings of notifications at the moment. And quite frankly, Apple just does a bad job at doing notifications.
Oh yeah, they had a rough time with that one.
But that's finally changing with the notification summary.
Hey.
Honestly, this is one of those things of I can see this working for a lot of like useless notifications, but I don't think that's gonna help too much with the actual, the stuff that you want.
Oh yeah.
But at the very least, you can get rid of the junk in one fell swoop.
Oh yeah. So good news. Yeah, if you have like a lot of important stuff that's coming in, that's probably still gonna look roughly the same as it is, I'm assuming. But yeah, at the very least, like you said, you can get all the junk stuff right out of the way. Or you can just quick skim through it if you wanted to. If you're really curious as to like what's going on in your, I don't know, what kind of activities going on in your game, or what's going on and what heated conversations going on in your Discord.
Yeah.
Or like how many eggs are hatching in Pokemon Go, the usual.
Oh my god. No plug? Okay.
Oh, something foraging trainer, something YouTube and Twitch, Pokemon Go, Nintendo, fun times, yay.
Okay. Done with the plug.
Yeah.
So, moving on. So, let's talk about Siri for a bit. Well, why don't you take that one?
Okay. So a couple of big things that I recall about Siri. For the biggest one, I believe it's the biggest one, is that Siri is no longer being updated server-wise, thanks to the ever capabilities of machine learning on your own device. Your iPhone pretty much takes over. So for one, you get yourself, I'm assuming, quicker response time since it doesn't have to communicate with the server; it just has to talk to itself. And two, well, as Apple has made great strides for, you get yourself much greater privacy in that. Well, all of the information that Siri gathers, it's all locally on your phone. So good news there.
Yeah. So what I've been wondering is, how does Google compete with this? I mean, so Google has had two advantages over Siri. The first one is obviously their accuracy.
No, yeah.
Although this isn't going to help their accuracy, it is definitely going to help the second one, the response time.
No, yeah. That's good.
Siri has been known to be relatively slow, and I don't know if I doubt that's actually Apple's fault on that one.
No, yeah.
It's they just don't have the infrastructure that Google has. I mean, as big as Apple is, that's just not their business.
No, yeah. It's kind of Google's thing.
So.
But yeah. But now they don't need to worry about that kind of infrastructure. Because it's all... The only thing you have to worry about is whatever power you have on this lovely little thing. I guess they have that too.
Yeah, that's true. But there's also other nice things like... Okay, so this stuff has been on Android for a long time now. That being said, I'm happy that it's finally here. So they finally put in like live text stuff. So stuff that you could basically like shoot a picture and then it reads it off. Like you can copy text, you can just call numbers on there, get it translated. I mean, that's all stuff that you could have done on Android a long time ago. But
it's on Apple
probably,
now. Sorry, what?
yeah, it's on Apple now. I also feel like Apple did it better.
No, yeah.
I'm not. I don't think that Google actually allows you to copy and paste stuff. I could be wrong, but that's one feature I don't think that Google allowed you to do.
Nah, I won't deny it. The way they've implemented it, they make it look clean. Like.
Although here's one thing that I don't believe in Apple, and at all, and so take a picture of something and it looks it up. I think that Google Lens will be generations above them on that one.
Nah, yeah. You're trying to compete with Google on searching up information about stuff? Come on now.
Yeah, so
I'm curious to see how all that whole thing works out. Like, I'm sure it works fine in like like all the big popular like monument kind stuff, but when you get into like the nitty gritty, it might get a little. I don't know how it's described. Sorry, I don't remember where I thought it was going.
a little interesting. So another thing, the last thing that I really feel like we need to touch on when it comes to iOS in general is the Mail app. So the Mail app was updated across the board. Every single platform is going to get this feature. But I'm just surprised that this feature has not found a home in anywhere else. Well, it's found a home in like, privacy-centric email clients, but
Oh yeah.
They're not mainstream. Tracking protection.
Oh yeah.
Want to talk about that one a bit? You being a developer and all?
Oh, I use the title developer very loosely for myself. It's an ever fading title. I should get back into it, but personal problems, personal development problems aside, um, yeah. So basically, just so we're on the same page, this is the thing that they're tying in with iCloud Plus, I believe.
I don't think that this is iCloud Plus. I think that this is just across the board, like
Oh,
tracking
okay.
protection.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Was this the double?
the
The,
privacy protection.
okay.
It's
So,
not a double. It's not. It has nothing to do with a VPN.
oh shoot. Uh,
Tracking
was this
pixels. Talk
the?
about tracking pixels.
Oh, I'm sorry, you lost me. I don't remember this part of the developers conference. I'm sorry.
I know that you know about tracking pixels, though.
I believe so. Yes.
What are they, and why are they a problem?
uh, tracking pixels.
Should I go?
Sure. I'm my. I'm sorry. I'm drawing a blank, but my best guess is it has something to do with the fact that you're using your email as like logins for third-party applications. I don't know if that's
Well, I
related.
mean, tracking pixels are like analytics, stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
So basically, in order for a lot of places to track you, let's take this as like a website take a website as an example. A majority of websites that you visit will have something called Google Analytics on top of it.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that that's a problem. Honestly, for web developers, Google Analytics is a godsend.
Yeah.
It allows you to know like how many people are visiting, what they do on the site, how they use it, what's popular, what's not, and those things can really make the user experience better because the company then knows, okay, this is what people like, this is what people want. So they're able to give the customer, what they want.
Yeah.
So that being said, so it's an invisible thing that people put on websites to track you. But it can also be in emails. Emails are HTML based.
Mm.
So it's the same exact thing as a website. It's basically a website that's sent directly to you.
Yeah.
Is that a bad explanation of it?
Uh, I think it's fine. I'd probably say it's a little bit of an oversimplification, but it works.
Yeah. Well, it's the same language. If you know how to code a website, you know how to code an email.
Yeah.
Right? Yes.
I think so. I don't know. I've
Okay,
never actually made
so
an email, so. But anyway.
so that being said, you can add these said tracking pixels inside of your emails. So the issue with emails is the fact that they're very personalized. It's sent to someone, not to everyone. Um, so these tracking pixels can easily grab things like your IP address, where you are, well, a generalized location of where you are, usually not pinpoint. Did you read this email?
Yeah.
And other information such as that. So there's legitimate uses for it, like, okay, I know that certain like invoice services have a tracking feature that lets the person that sends it know this person opened the email so that the person can't really play dumb and be like, oh, I didn't receive your invoice. Uh-huh. You opened it on
Haha.
this day.
Dang it.
But there are legitimate uses for tracking stuff like that.
I,
And honestly, it's just useful to know if someone read it or not.
mm.
But obviously, there's also some illegitimate ways, like your advertisements that get sent to you, and you open it, and then it's like, oh, you read it. Oh, this person lives in this area, and I don't know, this is his IP address or something like that.
No, yeah.
That can get a bit shady. So that's where the mail privacy protection comes in from Apple. So they prevent the trackers from actually talking to the servers, which I'm surprised people haven't implemented more often. Do you have any thoughts on that one?
No, yeah. Seems like a very beneficial thing to add on to your to your mailing services. I feel like adds a good depth of privacy to a very so much more personal web space. I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty neat. I like it. And I look forward to other companies attempting to put in a similar functionality.
Oh yeah.
You know, I wouldn't be surprised if Google follows suit. Do you know why?
Oh,
Because Google does not need these trackers in order to track you. I think that they would add this protection in just for the method to make sure that other people can't track you.
Google already has enough information to once again clone us over 3 times over. They don't need this information anymore.
Because if you really think about it, once you contact the Gmail server, they know your IP address, they know your location,
Oh yeah.
they know if you're on.
Oh yeah.
They don't need to everything.
They don't need to read the server. They are the server. They don't care anymore.
Yeah, I don't think that Google cares about the tracking pixels, and they'd probably follow suit just to make sure that other people don't have that advantage.
Oh yeah.
That's just following the money.
Oh yeah.
And if other services get less effective, that means that Google becomes, even bigger.
Oh yeah. All while writing the claim to greater privacy, but secretly just becoming more powerful because you are the server.
Isn't that pretty much what they did with the third-party cookies?
I think so.
So we have this new system called Flock. It's better for your privacy. We still get your data, but no one else can.
Yeah. It saves you from everyone else but us, and that's all that matters.
Okay, I know this might sound bad, but I actually trust Google with my information more than I trust any other company out there.
Oh, yeah. They've been pretty solid when it comes to hanging on to information.
Yeah. And quite frankly, they have a very upfront privacy policy.
Oh, yeah.
I know that just sounds like so not Google having a very upfront privacy policy. But they do.
Yeah.
They're upfront about it. They tell you exactly what they're going to do. It's not in legalese.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So many companies out there just try to hide what their privacy policy is by just writing it all in legalese and no one understands.
Yeah. It's like, well, it's technically in front of you, but I understand none of it.
But I really like the fact that, Google's upfront about it. They let you remove your data if you want. They don't want you to, but it's there if you want.
Yeah. Can opt out at any time. It's fine. This is
We'll
fine.
just bury it under everything else.
Yeah. It's fine.
It only becomes a problem when you want to give them your data.
Oh, yeah. Totally not based on something that has happened to any of us in regards to trying to give our location to Google Maps, and they don't want it from us. No, that didn't happen.
But yeah, honestly, I trust them. They promise to never sell your data because, well, selling your data would give someone else the advantage. So if you follow the money trail, it actually makes sense.
Yeah. Privacy benefits them a lot because it gives them it gives them the advantage in like every every way, shape, and form.
Yeah.
It's good to be the dominant force on the internet, isn't it?
Anyway, moving on. Let's talk about iPadOS next. So a lot
iPad.
of the same stuff from iOS. They used to be called the same exact thing for a while now. But biggest thing, oh my gosh. So currently there's a small little issue with how an iPad works. It's difficult to get multi-screen apps open.
Nah.
You kind of need to hope that it's inside of your recents bar, and then you need to drag it over onto the side. And that's painful.
Nah, yeah.
They changed it so that now you can finally merge windows together inside of the multitasking view.
Nah, yeah. That's really cool. It honestly seems so much easier to get to, so much easier to like tie everything together. It's just. It also seems fairly easier to actually change out like what windows are on like each side and everything.
Yeah, and the other thing is that they actually have a multitasking view as well, which is it's big. I can't believe that they're finally doing it. I'm so happy about it.
Yeah.
It's so painful using an iPad without it.
Nah, yeah. Here it is. A much easier way to finally multitask.
Anyway, other than that, a lot of it's pretty much the same as, the iPhone. There's like all the new features that the iPhone has. I don't know what else there is for this one.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it pretty much is. They're finally incorporating all of the widget and app drawer languages from iPhone, and they've chucked it into iPad. But the only notable thing about that is that your app drawer is in the dock at the bottom, so I guess you don't need to worry about that and whatnot.
Oh, right, I forgot. I'm sorry. Both iPhones and iPads have this feature. They have the app privacy report.
Ooh, app privacy report.
Did you hear about that one, Jared?
I think so. I might have missed it or like glossed over accidentally.
So pretty much, it literally tells you how many times an app tried to phone home, what domains they're trying to. So a domain is basically like Google.com, Bing.com, Apple.com,
Yeah.
whatever. So it tells you the domains that they're trying to contact as well.
Mm.
So I think that's pretty neat.
Oh, yeah. That'd be cool. Much more transparency as to what your applications are actually doing. That's pretty dope.
The funny thing is, I think that the number of Google apps are going to be incredibly high, but it's probably going to have like the least number of domains as well.
Oh yeah. I can see that.
So you talk more than anyone else to your server, but you only have one server.
Yeah. I can trust that you only talk to your server. Yeah, it's Google. Yeah, Google Apps. I'm assuming is the one friend who's willing to like talk and talk and talk and talk, but they only talk and talk and talk to that one particular friend. Everyone else, you're lucky to get like a word or two out. It's kind of incredible.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty neat. Oh. So, yeah, let's move on. Let's move on to let's do a transition topic. Let's talk about the universal display control.
Universal.
You talked about it earlier. Why don't you talk about it now?
This one's this one was fun to see and raises so many questions, but especially that final use case that they displayed. But in any event, so Yeah, so say you have yourself your MacBook Pro on one side and you have your iPad on the other, and you have yourself um, single trackpad or a single like keyboard, mouse, and whatnot, and you want to grab something over from your iPad and you want to transfer it over to your MacBook. So there's multiple like back end ways that you can probably do that. You may get like a cloud service involved, maybe get like external hard drive or something. But now, now, what you can do is you can, if they're like
AirDrop.
close enough. Oh yeah, you can also AirDrop. That was probably the big thing that most people have probably used prior to this. That
You can tell how long he's
uh,
been on. He's a recent convert.
yes,
Don't judge him, guys.
if it helps, I've only used AirDrop on 3 separate occasions, and 2 of them I had to teach my parents on how to use it. So that's, you can tell for one, yeah, I've used it very infrequently, and 2, I don't have many people I can use it with at the moment. Also, because I can't socialize with a lot of people extra because anyway. uh, but yeah, now what you can do is if you keep your iPad and your MacBook close enough, what you can do is if you say move your cursor from your MacBook over, you can find that you can actually move it even further into your into your iPad, so you can pretty much use your keyboard and trackpad or keyboard and mouse to pretty much interact with anything on the iPad screen. And if you want, you can also like drag, like say you need a picture from your iPad. I think that's the illustration that they need, and you're like, oh, I need to drag it over to this one project I'm doing on my MacBook. You can actually click it, just seamlessly drag it over and add it to your project. Or as they've pointed out in the final thing, if you have an iPad, a MacBook, and a Mac Pro, and you need something from your iPad to your Mac Pro, you can theoretically just drag it across all 3, and it works out that way, which still begs the ever expensive question: how many Mac devices can you line up together to drag something from one end to the other?
I think that I would rather just AirDrop it at that point.
Same, but
I'm
if
I'm
anyone
just throwing that out there.
if anyone has some time and a bunch of spare Mac products when this thing drops, please let us know. I would like to see I would like to see how far that thing can go.
Well, okay. I wanna park here for a moment and think about this. So, how do other companies compete with stuff like this?
It's a very good question. Because that's
Like,
one heck of a... Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean, there are very good, compelling reasons to choose Apple. I mean, quite frankly, Apple makes the de facto tablet. There's very few tablets out there that I would buy other than an iPad. And quite frankly, the only one that I would buy other than an iPad is a Fire tablet.
Oh, yeah. I haven't heard about that in a while.
Not because they're good products, because of how cheap they are.
That's fair.
But then again, you could always pay $100 extra when it's on sale and get yourself a regular iPad.
No, that's true too. You still have the entry level that you can still rock, and I'm assuming the entry level is still more than capable of providing you that ecosystem vibe.
Needs to. How else are they going to get you to spend more money?
That's true.
Okay, this is what I really like about Apple. They don't make a bad product, so whenever so they always makes people feel like they want to get the better product, if that makes any sense.
Nah, yeah. Everything in their lineup, at the very least, is good. Like, you're not gonna have a terrible experience with it, as far as I can tell.
Like, I know some Windows computers and Android phones that if I use first, I will never go with them ever again.
Nah, yeah. Where in the world did you find a Windows 10 laptop that's still running a Pentium processor? Anyway. Or what's the
Where did
other
it?
one?
Oh,
Celeron?
I found one. I found one.
You found one.
Actually, at my work, I have a. I don't know what it is. It's a like a 6 or 7 year old laptop.
Mm-hmm.
That was a $300 laptop at the time. I
Oh.
think it run. I think it's a Celeron processor.
How is
I
it,
don't know.
how is it still alive?
It's a 4 GB model.
Memory or storage?
Memory.
Okay.
It has a standard rotational disk hard drive though.
Oh, that old school disk drive.
Battery's completely shot. You can't even remove it from the charger.
So it's a really terrible desktop.
Yeah. The best thing is that it takes literally about 2.5 minutes to start up.
Oh man.
And even when it starts up, it still doesn't run things properly.
Nah.
It takes an additional 15 to 20 seconds to get the web browser open.
Oh. Oh.
And you can feel the internet.
Oh, that's something I never want to feel again. I
You
thought
know
we were
exactly
beyond
what
this.
I mean. You can feel the internet.
I can feel it just from hearing "feel the internet," and I don't like this feeling.
Yeah.
I
So
can feel my patience wearing thin just thinking about it.
I guarantee if someone used that for an extended period of time, they will learn to hate all Windows computers.
Nah, yeah.
Not just that one.
Nah, yeah. That's a rough first experience, if I ever heard one, and I would not wish that on anyone, not even my worst enemies.
It originally ran Windows 8.
Huh. That's
Believe it or not, Windows 10 made it faster.
Mm. What did they do to Windows 8?
It used to be a checking computer.
Wait, is it doing more than just checking people in now? Was it?
It's my LED programming computer.
Oh. Wow.
It's the only Windows laptop we own.
Oh.
Okay.
I think it's time to upgrade. I think the time has come like 3 years ago.
I think that it's time to get another $200 laptop.
Yeah. I think the time has come. Let the thing rest, dang it.
Yeah, it's awful.
Oh man.
Although it is a testament to how good Asus makes laptops.
Oh yeah. Don't sleep on Asus. They
It's
got
it
some good stuff.
That thing's made out of plastic. I swear the keyboard is one of the worst feeling keyboards I've ever used in my life. But it hasn't died yet.
But it still works. And that's honestly incredible.
Doesn't work well though.
But it's a plastic computer with a Celeron processor. That thing should have died the moment it was released from its box.
Yeah, dual core.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Dual core, no hyper-threading. So,
Oh, man.
literally, dual core.
Literally 2 cores. That's remarkable.
So yeah. But yeah, their entire product stack is really good, and I really like it.
Oh yeah.
You can't find a... You can't Okay,
There's a
with
couple.
one exception, you can't buy a bad Apple device.
Oh yeah.
You remember the days of just the MacBook? Oh, wait a moment, they still sell them. Remember the MacBook?
Oh yeah.
Oh, do they not sell them? Oh, praise Jesus. They learned.
They were hearing the conversation and they're like, ah, shoot, we gotta take this off the page now.
So do you remember the day of the MacBook? The 12-inch MacBook?
The
With
OG,
the Core M processor in it?
the Core M processor.
The one with one USB-C port?
One.
One.
One. Just one. For
Just
everything.
one. For everything, including charging.
I mean, I know it's dongle life, but dang, man.
Why do you think that they have the multimedia adapter that has one USB port, one HDMI port, and one USB-C port?
That's because that one on the USB-C was... It was an absolute necessity, and I hate that it is.
You needed to charge and use a device at the same time you needed it, and they sold it for $79.
Oh my goodness.
On top of the $1,200 price tag of that stupid thing.
I see we've moved on from these times. I hope
Yes, we have.
we've
Yes, we have.
moved from Core M to M1. I'm okay with this.
You don't know how happy I was when they released a MacBook Air, like the modern MacBook Air. Now you know that. So the funny thing is that their lineup used to be the MacBook Air. You know, that silver with not even a Retina display on it,
Oh yeah.
which was more powerful than the MacBook. But the MacBook had a Retina display on it, automatically making it better.
What are these trade-offs?
Or you could spend $100 more and got yourself a 13-inch MacBook Pro, which was
Just
genuinely worth
100.
worth the $100. It's not a, oh, you could spend the $100 if you can spring it. It's a you better either spend the $100 or just not get this laptop.
Just wait for any form of refreshment, any kind. Yeah, I see they've lived and learned.
Yeah, the MacBook Air survived for a crazy amount of time. Okay, how frustrated did you get at people that decided to buy one of those like non-Retina MacBook Airs? Like when that thing should have been mothballed years before that. You know what I'm talking about, right?
No, yeah. That thing was yeah, MacBook
It was
Air
the
has been kind of a
cheapest.
relic, yeah.
Yeah, it was the cheapest, but no, it was still $1,000.
Oh yeah.
No, the 11. Never mind. Forget the 12-inch MacBook being the worst thing in the entire world. The 11-inch MacBook Air. That thing was a joke.
Yeah.
Trackpad was tiny. The screen was tiny. I don't understand how people used it.
Yeah. That's a really tiny machine. That's a really tiny laptop.
Yeah, but we've moved past both of them.
No, yeah. we're in M1 now. We got
Yeah.
ourselves one MacBook Air right now, one MacBook Pro, and a Mac Mini, and an iMac, and an iPad.
Yeah. But so getting back on topic, like how does like Microsoft, how does Google incorporate like these innovative like ecosystem like experiences that Apple can give? I mean, it's hard to argue against it at this point.
No, yeah, yeah. Even if what was it? Yeah, even with like the like they're kind of sort of like ecosystem tie-in with like Samsung and like Microsoft and whatnot. Even then, I think it's still like generations away before they even like come close to even what this ecosystem currently looks like right now. Because I mean, with everything they've announced, like if like throughout the entire like WWDC, like whenever they gave an announcement, I feel like even when they had it separated into like the various different components, like, oh, we're talking about iPad stuff now, we're talking about iPhone, iOS stuff right now, but every time they always seem to like close it out with like, oh yeah, and this update that we're doing for iOS, you're gonna see it on like on Mac and iPad and stuff too. Oh, this update we're doing with macOS, oh, you're gonna see it on your iPhone and your iPad and Apple TV
Yeah.
and all that.
And you actually
like,
get the updates.
I know, right?
Isn't that a novel concept?
It's crazy.
Announcing an update and you getting it. That's novel.
Yeah. That's wild. But yeah, it's incredible how much like just seeing this how much they're able to just really enforce this whole ecosystem idea into something that's so like tied together. Like it was already like fairly well woven together, but now it's like just this.
So, okay. Try just try sell me like an Android Windows combo thing. A variant light response is okay.
A variant, like, oh, I see.
You know exactly what I mean.
Oh yeah. So I had to give a pitch for a combination between Windows and Android ecosystem combo, whereas
Like you can give me any argument, and it doesn't even have to be about the ecosystem itself.
okay,
You know what I mean? Like, why would I go with that?
yeah.
Is basically what I'm asking.
I'm assuming the easiest ones to go with right now is, well, if we're going on the variant lightweight approach, trademark, I guess. If we're going with the variant lightweight approach, then we have to address the idea that there are the variant lightweight preferences, into which case you can tell them all the greatness of the ecosystem all you want. They're just they like Windows, they like Android, so like you can.
No, he doesn't. He likes Windows.
Okay.
He what's it called again?
He lives with Android.
Yeah, he lives with Android.
No, yeah. So alright.
That's a new one.
Alright, we're back. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah. At least the recording's still going, so we have that full thing. But yeah, hopefully, I don't know if it breaks it into two separate videos. If it does, then hopefully the
I don't
second
think so. I saw the break in the live video and it
okay,
kind of just skipped.
Came back. Okay. So right now we're currently, if I recall, a quick refresher. We're trying to figure out all the reasons why you'd go with Windows and Android rather than everything Apple. Because, well, I could try and give another I feel like going into any other discussion, well, like, phones, I don't really have too much other options besides Apple and Android. Linux is its whole other can of worms that I don't want to dive into.
Okay, I love Linux, but I will never tell anyone that's not me to use Linux.
No, yeah. Yeah, it's definitely a near impossible sell to use it as a main thing. If you want to, I'm assuming if you want to play around with it, we can recommend some stuff. But at the same time, if you're already interested in like playing around with it, I'm sure you've already like delved into the penguin rabbit, the penguin hole.
Yeah.
I guess, but
I wouldn't recommend it to a novice user.
yeah.
Like a regular computer user, I would never say, "Hey, you should try Linux. It's fun."
How
Yeah,
bad can
penguin.
it be? No, the penguin is unkind to novices.
It is.
Yeah, it's
It's unkind to advanced users. What are you talking about?
Oh, that's true.
It's an evil little penguin.
The penguin's vicious, but that's the fun of it. You get to learn how to tame. You try your best to tame the vicious penguin, and that's why we go to Linux. We fight the penguin. There we go.
The penguin.
We've done a better job at selling Linux than we have Windows.
You get to fight the penguin.
Get to fight the penguin. It's not a casual like browser experience. It's a battle. It's a never-ending battle.
You know, Jared. Elements. We're having a penguin. That's one of them.
Oh yeah. If we ever create said show, if and when that show gets created, a penguin will be introduced. A very killer penguin. And then the show
And it will also
crafts
take down. It will also take down Varian light plates.
It shall. But yeah, in any event, yeah, meta, future show conversations and meta commentary about particular people aside. Alright, so the main task at hand, besides fighting the penguin, is to try and sell, or what are the big selling points of going with Windows and Android over Apple and its whole ecosystem. Well,
Yeah.
Obviously, the one I argue first is the one that, well, I can't really argue for or against. It's just general, like, personal preference. Like, if you just want to dive into, if you have like a disdain, like, I'm pretty sure there are still people who have like disdains for Apple or are hardcore.
No, you know that there is. It's not. I think you
Oh, yeah.
know. You know what?
Yeah. You know what? That's fair. So yeah, there will always be people who have disdain for Apple, or they're just hardcore Windows and Android fan people. Other than that, well, right now, as of right now, Windows still feels that. I guess that's another easy out, and I might as well just throw it out of the park. Windows still fills that niche PC gaming market, and I guess if you have that, you could still go with an iPhone if you wanted to, but I'm assuming Android's always an option.
Well, I mean, unless you're an actual gamer, I know that I'm gonna get crucified by half of the people here, but iOS is a gaming phone to have.
No, yeah.
Quite frankly, iPhones is where gaming is. I'm not arguing that okay, iPhones will give you the best experience. I'm saying that iPhones will give you the game.
No, yeah.
I don't think that people can argue with me on that one.
That is true. It seems like a much more diverse gaming market in iOS than it is in Android. Plus, I
Because
still like that they are tracking better in iOS.
uh,
Sorry.
argue with me all you want, but if you don't have the games to play on it, your 120 hertz screen doesn't matter.
No, yeah. Except when you're playing around with the apps, like going through. No.
Yeah. But
Your app bar will look, or your home screen swiping will look super smooth, I'm assuming. But
actually, now that I think about it, I have an iPad Pro that has a 120 hertz screen. I have a 120 hertz screen on my iOS device.
yeah. Excuse you, iPad on.
Why?
But yeah. So yeah, we can rule out 120 hertz. I didn't even think about that. So yeah, my only arguments, I guess, for Windows right now is general likes and disdains, and they fit the niche PC gaming market with all that RGB goodness.
Yeah.
Let's see, Android phones. Uh,
120 hertz. But that's like the biggest argument I've been hearing so far, but I don't know. I mean, yes, it's noticeable, but I also notice I don't notice it if I don't have it.
yeah.
Like, it really hurt when I switched back to an iPhone for a bit. For the first, like, day or so.
Yeah.
And then it went back to not mattering to me again.
Yeah. It's a noticeable start, but after a while, it's not a big necessity. I probably, I don't know. I know the main reason why I went with Android first was it customizability? I'd probably say that was
Customizability, followed you.
it. Did widgets are coming?
Well, the other thing about customizability is I noticed that even if I had that option, I never could get it quite perfect, and it sucked up so much of my time.
Yeah.
I couldn't be productive as anything else.
Yeah. But that's the fun of it. It's like fighting the penguin. Now you're fighting themes.
Actually, you're also fighting the penguin.
Yeah. The penguin's back. And he brought a paintbrush.
Well, yeah,
Android 12
I
has
mean,
theme colors. No.
that's true.
I
Honestly, though, I really like the look of Android 12. I can't wait to see it.
yeah. That's exciting.
For me, right now, I feel like Android has the better look. I'm not saying that the current version does, I'm saying that the next one does. It has a better look. I don't know, the colors speak to me.
It's very clean.
iOS is starting to get a bit boring.
Yeah. Update that appearance language, the themes a little bit. Shake it up a little bit. I guess that's 16 if anything. I don't know.
Yeah, I think that if I was trying to sell an Android phone and a Windows combination, I'd probably try to target specific types of apps, because I know that Android is the only one that can do things like Wi-Fi analysis. I know that's an incredibly niche market, but it's also a market that I'm in, so I noticed that one.
Yeah, kind of feels like though that Windows and Android's trying to their big takeaways are in the niche markets.
Which is funny because they're the bigger, market share.
Maybe that's the big sell for like the general public, is that you could be in the like was it Windows and Androids fit certain like niche markets that the like maybe like a good amount of the general public maybe they're not into right now, but they're like, I don't know, we might dive into this someday, or we might need this power for something, or we might need this app for something, and it's just like
Okay, but let me ask you this: how do you get around the fact that Apple is just more private? I mean, you know that I make the argument all the time that Apple does take your data. They're not perfect.
oh, yeah.
They're not the golden gatekeeper that they make themselves look like.
Hmm.
But they're so much better than Google is. I'm just throwing that out there. They're so much better at privacy than Google is, and especially a lot better than Microsoft. Windows is a privacy nightmare.
Oh, yeah. That is true. Windows is crazy. Excuse me.
So how do you argue with two things? Price is right and privacy.
Hmm.
How do you realistically argue those two?
How do I realistic argue price is right and privacy?
Because I really feel like the price is right.
Hmm.
Because yes, the iMac at $1,300, it looks expensive. It is expensive. But look at the screen that it has.
Hmm.
That's not a cheap screen.
Oh, yeah.
A screen like that can easily run you $300 to $400.
Oh, yeah. Hmm.
So you get what I'm saying, and the performance is there too. So
Oh, yeah. I guess on that end, though, I do wonder if, like, yes, like, if you're looking at on paper and whatnot, we're able to say, like, oh, yeah, you're definitely getting your bang for your buck when you get the MacBook Pro. But at the same time, as we mentioned, it is still expensive. It is still like $1,300. So it is a really good investment, but I'm wondering if, yeah, a lot of people, especially if they're not as, was it? Or they're just looking for something to get them by kind of thing. They'll look at that 1,300 like, oh, I can't, or I'm not going to. I'm going to settle on, was it this?
But the MacBook Air starts at $1,000.
Oh, yeah.
That's still a decent amount of money.
Oh, yeah.
But I feel like I'm speaking for the United States on this one. But you can afford $1,000.
Hmm.
And speaking for the United States one more time, if you can't afford the $1,000 now, you can easily do financing. $1,000 financing is, I don't want to ruffle feathers on this one, but I think I can safely say that a majority of people living in the United States can afford something like that.
Hmm. No, yeah. Yeah, I don't deny, was it? Yeah. Yeah, I don't deny it's strongly possible that a majority is able to either find a way to get the $1,000 or, yeah, like you said, like finance the way through the $1,000. It's just I wonder if yeah, for that said vast majority of people, just seeing that like that $1,000 tag can be a bit of a scary thing first and foremost. So, and if they don't really care about like performance, they just need something to, I don't know, get through emails, or they need their like third grader to just have a computer to go through school. I'm sure they're
That's true.
like targeting that less than ideal Windows laptop, or most likely a Chromebook as well, because I know those fly off the shelves.
That's true. But I mean, yes, for students that's one thing. I get getting something incredibly cheap for someone like that.
Mm.
But I'm more thinking about the market of you're looking for a laptop for yourself type of thing.
Mm.
Like, at the very least, I know that people are going to look for some sort of something with, like, an SSD. Probably something with at least an i3 processor in it.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I have no doubts that for those who are like trying to look for the everyday computer that's able to handle like a vast majority of my tasks, um, was it? Then yeah, I would like no contest. You're most likely looking in that similar price range anyway, so you're probably gonna end up getting either at the very least the MacBook Air, or if you're willing to spend out a little bit more, the MacBook Pro. But
Yeah.
yeah, I wonder if yeah, I do wonder if the reason why was it like I wonder like um was it if we were to look at like that particular like demographic and whatnot, and we can um if focusing on that shows like a much higher ratio of like was it MacBook owner MacBook was it yeah like MacBook owners comparative to like a Windows laptop owner versus maybe there's like a handful of Chromebook owners there as well. But
Yeah.
yeah, I'm wondering if there's yeah like yeah main reason why Windows and in certain cases Android phones are able to hang out maintain like a dominant or maintain like such a large share in the marketplaces because they're was it yeah maybe our people are just looking for either that was it just some like the cheaper alternative to just get them by, or just need something to get their kids through like school and whatnot. but
Yeah.
but yeah, I don't deny though that for the market for yeah the marketplace of those who are trying to get that computer that's gonna last them for like a long time, and they'll get everything done and get everything done well. Like the MacBook like nails that like there's no tomorrow. But yeah, I don't. Yeah, I'm just wondering like what like the I guess the general um I guess what the general population like looks for when it comes to, oh, why do I need a computer, or why do I need this laptop kind of thing.
That's true. Well, I mean, the United States has a very skewed view of what they need in a computer. I don't know why everyone in the United States seems to think that they need the best.
No, yeah.
You've noticed that, right?
No, yeah. I see that quite a bit. I either see, oh yeah, I need your most powerful thing, like, oh, I need your Core i7 with the, what was it, like external graphics card to run my email, or or on the other end, like, oh, I'll use this $300 computer to run Photoshop. It's like, no, other way around.
But yeah, I mean, it doesn't. In the United States, it seems as if a lot of people tend to believe that they just need the best to do anything.
Oh, yeah.
And it's odd to me.
That's true. They want to look at like what breaks the charts on like every single spectrum. Like, calm down, guys. What is the use case you're going for? Are you trying to build like a city in like Blender with like ray tracing and stuff? Then I mean, yeah, you're probably gonna need something heavy duty. But yeah, if you're just
So the other thing that I noticed is that the phone market is very much like that. Jared,
yes.
how many people with iPhone 12s have you seen walking around?
I have one coworker with one.
Okay, let's add
Two.
iPhone 11s into the mix.
Okay, I have two. I think I see a good amount of people walk around with iPhones. Pretty sure. My whole family is iPhone
Like,
now.
I know, like iPhone or like iPhone 11 or iPhone 12s. Basically, almost everyone I work with has one of those two models.
Oh, yeah.
iPhone 11 or iPhone 12. I use an iPhone 7.
I am part of the other demographic with an iPhone 11. But if it helps, I play Pokemon Go on a Galaxy S8 Plus,
Yeah.
which is
But
definitively a relic. But anyway.
well, my point here is, I mean, sure, this wasn't my first choice. I kind of got forced into it. But I've also found out that this thing is more than enough to finish everything that I do.
No, yeah.
I'm not. You know what? I like it enough that I can recommend it. This is still a good phone. It's a serviceable phone, and honestly, it hasn't failed me, not in a single aspect.
Probably should get like
So
1.5 to 2 more years and updates to it anyway too. Yeah.
yeah, I mean, sure, the oil-phobic coating on the screen has gone, so every single fingerprint shows up on my screen these days, and it's difficult to remove. But that's just showing age, whatever.
Yeah.
But what the point I'm trying to make is, why do you need the newest phone?
No,
What's
yeah.
the point? What do you need that new processor for inside of a phone that you're not going to even touch?
Yeah. And clearly, I need the newest phone to make sure I stay up ahead in my game through of Genshin Imp. Now, but yeah. Yeah, moving away from niches that demand more power. Or even that, I don't know how well it. I'm assuming it could run like pretty well on an iPhone 7, I think. But
Well, at least run on an iPhone 7. I won't say it'll run well.
it'll at least run, and that's a feat in and of itself because it seems like a pretty taxing game. But in any event, it is true though for those who just kind of generally use it to look up text messages and check social media, watch YouTube every now and again, maybe play something a little bit on the lighter side, like I mean, as long as you're not duking out in like Go Battle League, you probably do Pokemon Go pretty well on like an iPhone, like an older phone and whatnot. I mean, I'm still somehow hanging on with an S8 Plus, and that thing's been forgotten to time. But, but yeah, it's technically you don't really need to go to the latest and greatest. It's just I don't know. I guess that's the inner like ooh a shiny thing kind of like instinct in all of us that kind of go like, oh, I don't want to get like left behind in the dust kind of thing. I want to feel that new phone feeling. Smell that new phone smell. And be able to, you know, um, if you're going to like a 120 hertz thing and like, oh, I get to see that as we've all apparently instinctively look at it by swiping our app home screen like back and forth like really rapidly. I think that's the main way to tell.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess it's just an instinct for us to, I guess, like a mix of like FOMO and we buy into the marketing thing of like, oh, you check out all this new like power and all this and check out this better screen that you can like chuck at a wall and the wall will break before the screen breaks in. or
That's
like
never true.
That is true. Oh yeah, or it's true that it's never true. Anyway, sorry, I'm confusing the audience. I apologize, but yeah, I think it's just that instinct in us that you see a shiny new thing and this old thing's getting stale, so I need to upgrade to said new thing. And I will admit, as much as I like one of the main purposes why I got this iPhone is because I'm like, oh, maybe I'll try and see like make this my daily driver for like years and years on end. It becomes increasingly harder when I see the new iPhones come out and the new Galaxies come out. I'm like, oh man, I really want to try that.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. So it's
that's just like food for thought, I guess. But yeah, I do know that Apple does make a very good old phone.
Oh yeah, that thing will last you forever.
So that's something that Google just needs to figure out.
Oh yeah, just some for extra longevity, please. I mean, I know. I guess Samsung at the very least is extending it from 2 years to 3 years, but I mean, you can go a little
Well,
bit longer.
the issue with Samsung is that it works against their bottom line.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, they're all about that
Like,
phone.
like that's where they make their money, the phone. I mean, Google could care less about how long you keep it. They're just going to keep taking your data.
Oh yeah, that's where their money's at.
Um,
Yeah,
Apple, they're switching more to a service model, so they'll see the iPhone 7 as a way to make money.
oh yeah. You're still running off. Yeah, you're still getting things off of your iPhone 7, so yeah, why not? Why not let it run?
So,
The App Store gives them some sick revenue. Yeah.
I mean, so that's what I'm just saying. Like for Samsung, that's counterintuitive for them.
Yeah, like the app.
It works against them.
Yeah, this is their main bread and butter. Who's grabbing stuff off of the Galaxy Store? I hear
No one.
I guess I hear in the dark corners of Discord that there's like a couple of interesting sales that sometimes pop up in the Galaxy Store, but other than that, I've never actually tried it in there, so I can't tell you. I can neither confirm nor deny.
Yeah, you get what I'm saying though.
Yeah,
It's not the best.
it's not their fault. They literally just they need you to buy the next new phone.
Yeah. Yeah, that's just how they make their money, and I respect a company that just tries to make money because, I mean, there's no other type of company out there. There's no good company. There's no bad company. There's just companies
Yeah, they just want
making
their
money.
No, yeah,
Whether or not they choose a good path or a bad path, they it's their job to make money.
I better be careful with that bad path though. That could seal your fate. That could cut your revenue if you're not careful.
That's true. I feel that Facebook has been teetering that line lately, though.
Oh, they just live on that line now. They are the line.
Well, at least we're not as bad as Facebook. I feel like that's like the tech company motto these days.
Yeah, at least we're not Facebook. Facebook, I feel like has become like the textbook motto of what not to like. You can see how far they've come to that line. You know where you now definitively know where that line is, and that line is Facebook.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, they're not the worst company out there, and they have done some pretty good things in the past.
Oh, yeah. It's just when they do something bad, they're really bad at doing it.
Yeah.
Which is rather unfortunate, but anyway. But yeah, I guess they're trying.
Yeah.
Trying in the good, trying in the bad, and
Yeah, I'm.
Oh, say.
Yeah, well, actually more on topic though, but yeah, I feel like Apple just does what they do well and consistently. But yeah, I don't know how other people can really realistically compete with the ecosystem that they're building.
Oh yeah, that's gonna take some very craftful engineering, and maybe a miracle or two, or three.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, is there? Oh, we didn't really talk about macOS, did we?
Oh yeah, we haven't dove into the depths of Monterey. I'll quickly go over Monterey.
Yeah. So basically, well, as we mentioned earlier, it has that nice little switching feature, whatever. It also gets all the improvements from like FaceTime, the email app, and all that lovely stuff. But Safari gets a pretty neat update, making tab groups.
Yeah.
What else is there?
And the tabs themselves, the tabs are the search bars. So
Yeah.
you can
Oh,
change
and
it
you
that
can
way.
also AirPlay to your Mac now. I mean, that's something I feel like is going to be pretty neat. I'm
Yeah.
surprised that they hadn't implemented that sooner.
I know, right?
But honestly, there's not too many like big things with
Yeah.
what's it called again? Yeah.
Haven't can
But
Yeah.
huh? Let's
Uh,
talk about iCloud. Now that's where the interesting stuff is, which is weird.
how often do you hear that? 2000 never.
So first of all, iCloud Plus. It's now going to include a VPN. It's going to include some advanced mail security features. And wasn't there like one more thing or something like that?
Yeah. Does your advanced mailing features include the thing where you can make like single use
Yep,
email names to like
correct.
yeah. So if you want to log in with the fake email thing, you don't have to have that directly linked. You can just have that your dummy account forward your stuff to your main email. That's kind of dope.
It is. Oh, and it also has HomeKit secure video support.
Oh yeah.
Oh, expanded. I don't know too much about that one, honestly.
Oh yeah. I
But
believe was it at a certain price range you can get like unlimited storage for your HomeKit security videos, which is a nice plus to have. Save
neat.
all the records.
Well, yeah. I feel like that's really it.
Oh yeah. Oh,
So yeah. Oh,
but yeah, one final closing thing for iCloud Plus that's pretty cool is that just because it's a plus, they don't add price to it. So if you have an iCloud subscription, you're golden. You're golden on price.
yeah.
Sorry, I thought I thought the price was.
Wait a moment. I pay for iCloud. Wait.
Congratulations, you're upgrading to iCloud Plus. Hey.
I just realized that. I'm like, oh, this is some pretty neat stuff. And I'm like, wait a moment.
It's
I
pretty,
get this.
it's pretty neat stuff I can use. But yes.
Okay, I really want to know what Google's response is, or what Microsoft's response is, because this is big.
Oh yeah.
Because before, I know that I argued against iCloud because it's slightly more expensive for an inferior product.
Oh yeah.
So it's still a slightly more expensive for an inferior product, but now that inferior product has features that the other ones don't.
It now has more features.
So the core functionality is still complete and utter garbage. But now it has pluses.
Yeah. So how did they respond to that? Fix up iCloud. Nah, fam. Add more stuff to it. Add a VPN on top of your VPN. That's the way to go.
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think that's it, so I guess we will talk to you guys in the next one. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, do whatever you do on YouTube, and thank you for watching.